Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to an episode of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. I am on the road today, back in Brooklyn, New York. I'm just going around visiting a few people with the restoration company, so I've got the day here to get that done. And I have an appointment later on this afternoon I've got to do on the way back home to New Jersey. But today I want to talk about, actually we're just about to brace for a snowstorm it looks like too as well, so that's should be something else tomorrow. But today what I want to do is talk about sales routing, and if you're a salesperson or you're a person that does selling to people or has salespeople on the road into the field, what do you do as far as your approach to selling to people? I call it a marketing route. I don't really call it a sales route. A sales route is something that produces a sale. And most of the time when you're going out into the field, most of us, especially in the restoration field, we're not immediately getting a sale. Now, if you're what's called a traditional sales rep, you're out in the field and you're selling a product and that product is being sold and then delivered, then you probably are what's considered a sales rep. But most jobs, you're going out in the field to visit people and become a marketing rep. You're marketing the services of the company you either run or work for. And that's a big difference between the two, and you need to know what the difference is between one to the other. Selling is going out to meet a vendor or somebody that is interested in buying your product or your service and exchanging money pretty much that given day, or attaching what's called a PO or purchase order onto it, and then purchasing a product of whatever it happens to be. If you're a distributor and you're selling something that particular vendor may need, could be supplies, cleaning supplies, restoration supplies, and you're going to visit that particular customer, that business owner, or that manager, or sales rep, whatever, or purchasing agent, you are meeting with somebody to produce a sale. You're going there to talk about what they need, what their needs are, how you can come in under budget or at budget, and meet their demands of what they need for their business and their growth. That is a sales route. That is definitely working in the sales capacity. You are definitely selling a direct product to somebody. A marketing route is more or less going and visiting people that you have a relationship with, may have a relationship with, a partial relationship, or have a full relationship. When you walk in the door, they know exactly who you are. I just left a client, we'll call it, of ours, where I walk up the door, I don't even have to buzz and say who I am. They already know it. They buzz me in and said, "Hi, how are you? What's going on?" Because they refer our services. They like the product and service we deliver to them, and they are welcoming us because we've built that reputation with them. We're very fortunate to do so. But that is a marketing route. Marketing route comes in different ventures. Marketing route is everything from finding somebody maybe on the side of the road that is working and dropping off some information about our program, what we do, what we're about, and trying to get a 10-second kind of pitch in about what we do and why you should use our services. Other people were going and visiting their location, and we probably won't get a meeting set up immediately, but we may get a meeting set up at the future date with them to do a presentation in front of their technicians or whatever the case is to try and refer us. Either way, it's about building a relationship. The other point of this too is how long do you continue to market or have somebody in a sales route? In a sales route, if the person is not interested in purchasing your services, you're probably not going to go there. It's probably not part of your route. You're not going to go to the door and try and sell a product because they're not interested in a product, or you haven't set up an appointment. A marketing route is unrestricted for the most part because you're going and visiting them at their place of business or for lunch or on the side of the road here in New York. It doesn't matter. And you're delivering information about why they should use you and trying to develop a relationship with them. The other question I get a lot is, how often should I do that, or how long should I have somebody on my list that I'm marketing to before I say, I can't do it anymore? There's no definitive answer to that. I have people I've been marketing to for 3 years that finally gave us a shot. We just had somebody not too long ago that has given us their blessing. They're a huge company in Staten Island, and they have never referred us directly until about 3 weeks ago, they referred somebody to us. And their point was, if you stayed around 3 years, then we can refer you because you seem to be pretty stable, and we are pretty stable, and we get those opportunities. But this is a company that's very, very big and has no passing interest in referring us necessarily. But if they're going to, they're going to give us the shot because we've been there and I've developed a relationship. I've met with the person running the organization. I've met with the other people running the organization, managing the organization. So I don't get a lot of work for them, but they are very good to us when it comes to giving us opportunities or giving us their blessing. And that's very important to us. So even if it takes 3.5 years for somebody to finally say, I'm going to give this guy a shot, their company a shot, it's worth it. What I do is I put them in scaling systems. So I still visit them, I still market to them, I still mail to them, I still keep an ongoing relationship with them. But they're not my first run call, they're not my first run visit every single month. If I get to a pinch and I can only visit certain people because I'm just too busy to do, whatever the case is, I can't get to everybody, it's just not in the cards, they go down the list as the people I will either meet with or I'm not going to potentially meet with. They're still going to get all of our stuff, all our mailings, all our contacts, phone calls, whatever, everything in our funnel that we have. But I may not visit them constantly because it doesn't behoove them for me to be there all the time. And it's not a situation where we're constantly getting them. Again, I still stay in touch with them. They don't go off my list. Now, if somebody says, hey, don't bother me anymore, I'm not interested, I don't want to deal, I have somebody, we respect that and we take them off the list, and that's the end of it. We respect their time and their opinions, and we do not ever invalidate that their desire of not contacting them. So if somebody says, hey, I don't want to be marketed to, I don't want to be sold to, we just simply take them off the list. And it's no questions asked. I've had people that have asked to be taken off the list, have asked to be put back on the list once they found out, our reputation and what we did and we said we were going to do. We made sure everything happened for them. So they may have tried somebody else and it may not have worked in their favor, and they decide to give us a shot, and they rarely go away when they come into our organization or our funnel. And we work very hard to make sure that stays that way. But to get off the rant, when is it important enough to market to people, and when do you need to get them off the list, and what's the difference between selling and marketing? So we're going to recap a little bit. Selling is you're going out, selling a product or service to somebody directly, and money is being exchanged, whether through purchase order or through a money transaction, through a check, whatever that happens to be. Your distributor, whatever the case is, you have that. A marketing person is going out and making awareness of your company and the relationship you have with the company. They're having a relationship technically with you, and then with your company you either run, own, or work for, and as a byproduct of that. So making sure that you can go out there and drop off. I have a whole bunch of marketing materials here that really kind of reinforce the spectrum of what your company is about. That's a marketing person, a marketing route, and that's really what they do is marketing. So define the difference between the two. What is it between a marketing route and a sales route? Again, the sales route is the money is being transaction. That's why it's called sales. And if it's marketing, it's you're raising your position in the marketplace to those that could potentially buy your services and products. So treat them both differently, and understand what one does, and understand that there are several different ways you can market to people. Some market more aggressively, some market less aggressively. I'm a guy that's worked with my hands my whole life, so I understand how these guys do their job and respect how they do their job. So I think I get a lot of kudos from them because I can understand what they do, and a lot of it I actually do understand and know how to do. Because again, I've done that. I've been around it my entire life pretty much. So they get that. And we have a good rapport with them. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today on a brand new episode of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from the road here in Brooklyn, New York, talking about the difference between a sales route, a marketing route, and how often somebody should stay on your list, when and why they should be there. All right, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.